Well, this is my first attempt at growing organic food. I should be okay. Now, fortunately, this window has a southern exposure, and growing food requires sunlight all day long, from what I understand. So I'm looking into this a little bit, and I picked up 4 bags of some of the organic potting mix. And now these things I was going to just buy these potting trays, and because one of the things I could do, I can cut, the plastic 1-gallon jugs, the top off, and planting that and stuff like that, and or even cut drywall buckets down. But I looked at these and I said, this would be actually an easy way to get these going. I was just going to buy the tray, but these come with the clear plastic top like this that go over it, and you can dry your own seeds too, by the way. And what I got here is I got some cucumber, organic cucumber seeds, some carrots, and summer squash. I have a couple of them, just one of them, a couple of them, just a little bit until I get a feel for this. And from an organic green bell pepper, I took the seeds out and I dried them. They feel pretty dry. It's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. Seem pretty good. It just depends. And I just left them, on the windowsill over there and let them dry for a while, for a couple days, and then I just moved them over to the table for a while. But I picked up 5 of these trays and went work on these right now. I don't know if I even have enough seeds to fill all that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll see as I get going along. Now I like the zucchini, so I think I'll go back and get some more of them. And what I'm trying to do is just in here in this little place, I got about 6 feet of shelves. Now these plastic shelves, they actually hook together, so not that makes a huge difference, but and I could put another set up here too, plant more up there. It'd be a little harder to get into, and I'd have to stand on a bench or something. But just for getting started and learning how to do this, I ended up getting these, and when I looked at that, I thought, why do they have like a double tray? And I realized, well, it's a top for it. It makes a mini greenhouse. So that's pretty neat. And so I'll set these up, get the dirt in here, and get these seeds planted. These in here, now I haven't noticed before, so some of these are like really dark. I don't know if those will grow, but I mean, obviously the natural color for them are these lighter ones like this. And so we'll see how many of them I can get to grow. But that's the key. You don't just pull your seeds out of the food, I understand, and plant them. You have to actually dry them, and then you plant them. It's interesting that in order for a seed to grow, it actually has to die, which is interesting. Once it dies, then it can grow. And there's some spiritual lessons in that too, by the way, that we have to learn, dying to self and all that. But so this is what I'm working on, getting this set up. I've got to start with 1 bag, cut that open, and get these filled. And the idea here is, once the dirt goes in here, seeds go in, you put the water down in here actually. So what it does is it soaks the water up to the plant through the dirt. You don't want to just put them like in a plastic container and then water them. You could end up over watering them. So this controls that. And even if I just used one of these trays like this, and I cut 1-gallon plastic jugs to set in here later, once I actually get these growing, I'm going to transplant them to bigger containers, and with that, those would have holes up through the bottom. I'll put holes through them, because then your water just goes in the pan. and it's absorbed up through the dirt, so the, whatever you're planting doesn't get too much water or too little. The dirt will just absorb it. And the information I saw showed about a ½ inch of water in here. You can probably do more, depending if you have, especially I'll probably do a ½ inch to get these going. Once they start growing, and I transplant them to larger vessels or containers, they're going to be thicker. So I may put an inch of water in there, depending. Or if I have to go away for a weekend or a few days, I'll put more water in there accordingly, so that these are always water. Because I'm terrible with watering anything. That's why I can't do indoor flowers. I never take time to water them. But with these, it makes it easy, because you just put some water in the bottom there, and that's absorbed. So this is one of the things I'm working on, and growing my own food right inside. I believe it can be done, and I'm sure there's other people that do it. And Lord willing, if I can buy the place maybe in a year from now that I want, then I won't be limited to this little setup. I'll do more, but this is the start of it. And these can save you a lot of money compared to what you buy at the grocery store, because as you can see, you can get your own seeds once you have the food. Now, I do buy organic carrots, or these are carrots here. I do buy organic carrots, but the tops aren't on them, so you can't get the seeds. So you have to buy the seeds and things, if you don't have them, buy the seeds. Then once you get some growing, you grow the tops, and you can get your seeds off that. And I have not been able to find organic cucumbers at the store, so I had to buy organic cucumber seeds. So I'm starting to get these filled. I'm just using a little container like this to scoop the dirt out and just get them in here. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing this is, even though I haven't called myself a prepper, I have been prepping to an extent. I do have some solar lights. I got, different things for survival and different things like that in my camping gear. And so this is all, associated with that, and being able to survive on your own. What would you do if you didn't have food, right? You'd have to be able to have these seeds and grow what you need to grow to survive, So it's good knowing this stuff and learning it. And this isn't real hard. And so I'm learning a few things as I go. Some, foods are obvious how to get the seeds off them. One thing I learned, you got to let them dry. And then once they dry, then you can plant them, and hopefully they'll grow. Now, I already know, not all seeds will pop up. And if you have good seeds, probably a lot of them will, most of them will. So it's not a real discouraging thing. So I'm going to set up, I got 4 bags of this organic soil here, so I think that's going to be more than enough, to fill these. But I wanted to make sure I had plenty, and just in case that I want to do more than this, because right now, these basically are just going to fit on this half of the shelf. And what I did was I just got I got some drywall to put on here. I get this all the time at work anyway, scrap drywall, and put a piece on there, a little more strength, solid top, so stuff. I'm doing this, I kind of set this, you probably should have that over a little more, set it on there. And I can work here without, dropping this dirt on my floor. If any falls off the sides right here, I can just clean it up pretty easy, like I got a little bit on the windowsill here. Not a big problem, but, so that's what I'm working on, getting this soil in here, and once I get that done, I'll be putting these seeds in. Now, the information I got said to put 2 seeds in. You might want to put it like one here, or something like that, however you want to do it. In case one didn't go, all you got, hopefully every one will sprout. you know. And then once it gets to a point, you can take them out and just move them to your larger planters. And that's, you know, why I got that much dirt. I still may have to get more once I move everything to larger containers. But I actually bought 5 of these. One is a different make, but these are fine. I'm gonna get these 4 set up and start working with this, and then see where I'm at that point.